The clock is ticking. America, once the undisputed leader of the world, is at a crossroads. The threat isn't a military one, not yet anyway. It's far more insidious. It's the erosion of our power, our influence, our very future, and it's happening right before our eyes. While America is bogged down in partisan gridlock, China is moving with relentless purpose. They have a plan, a long-term strategy, and they are executing it with ruthless efficiency. From the ashes of a struggling nation, China has risen to become an economic and technological titan. How did this happen? Simple. They planned, they invested, they built, and now they are poised to overtake us in every way that matters. The time for complacency is over. The future belongs to those who plan for it. The question is, will America wake up before it's too late? The 1980s. China was a nation emerging from the shadows. Decades of isolation had left its economy stagnant, its technology outdated. The world saw China as a land of cheap labor and imitation goods. Made in China was a mark of inferiority, but beneath the surface a transformation was brewing. China's leaders understood that to compete globally, they needed to become the world's factory floor. They embraced foreign investment. They built factories at a breakneck pace. They trained millions of workers. Slowly but surely, the tide began to turn. Products that were once made in America were now being produced in China, cheaper, faster, and in many cases better. The world took notice. China was no longer just imitating, it was innovating. The myth persists that China can only copy, that they lack the ingenuity to lead in the technological realm. Nothing could be further from the truth. China has become a technological powerhouse. They are leading the charge in artificial intelligence, developing sophisticated algorithms that power everything from facial recognition software to autonomous vehicles. They are dominating the electric vehicle market, producing more EVs than the rest of the world combined. And they are at the forefront of 5G technology, the backbone of the future internet. China's rise in tech is not an accident. It is the result of deliberate government policy, massive investments in research and development, and a relentless focus on cultivating homegrown talent. In 2015, China unveiled its ambitious plan for global dominance, Made in China 2025. This wasn't just an economic policy, it was a declaration of intent. China would no longer be content with being the world's factory. They were coming for the crown jewels of the global economy. The plan targeted 10 key sectors, including robotics, aerospace, and biotechnology. It called for massive government subsidies, preferential treatment for domestic companies, and the acquisition of foreign technology by any means necessary. The message was clear: China was playing for keeps, and they were willing to do whatever it took to win. Section 5. The Trade War. Backfire, fueling China's rise. In 2018, the Trump administration launched a trade war against China, slapping tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese goods. The goal was to protect American jobs and force China to change its unfair trade practices. But the trade war backfired. Instead of weakening China, it strengthened their resolve. The Chinese government responded with tariffs of their own, targeting American farmers and businesses. They doubled down on their Made in China 2025 plan, pouring even more resources into key industries. The trade war hurt American businesses and consumers. It disrupted global supply chains, and it did little to slow down China's economic juggernaut. Section 6. The Belt and Road, weaving a new world order. China's ambitions extend far beyond its borders. Their Belt and Road initiative is one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects in human history. It aims to connect China to the rest of the world through a vast network of roads, railways, ports, and pipelines. The Belt and Road is more than just infrastructure. It's a geopolitical power play. By financing and building critical infrastructure in developing countries, China is gaining influence and access to vital resources. They are creating a new Silk Road, one that bypasses the West and puts China at the center of the global economy. Section 7. Education, the foundation of China's rise, America's Achilles heel. China understands that the foundation of any great nation is its people. They have made education a top priority, investing heavily in their schools and universities. The results are undeniable. Chinese students consistently outperform their American counterparts in math and science. Meanwhile, America's education system is in crisis. Schools are underfunded, teachers are overworked and underpaid, college costs are skyrocketing, leaving millions burdened with student loan debt. America's failure to invest in its people is a strategic blunder of epic proportions. We are falling behind in the global race for talent, and the consequences will be felt for generations to come. Section 8. A call to action, reclaiming America's future. The alarm bells are ringing. America is at a tipping point. We can continue down the path of division and decline, or we can choose a different future. A future where America reclaims its place as a beacon of hope, innovation, and progress. This is not a time for despair, it's a time for action. We need to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure. We need to invest in education and research and development. We need to restore our global alliances and rebuild trust with our partners. The future is not predetermined. It is shaped by the choices we make today. Let us choose wisely. Let us choose to fight for the America we believe in. Let us choose to build a brighter future for ourselves and for generations to come. The time to act is now.